If cities could talk, Xi'an would probably greet you with a knowing smile and a dramatic story that starts somewhere around 3,000 years ago. Once the ancient capital of China and the eastern end of the Silk Road, Xi'an is where emperors were buried with armies of clay, and where towering pagodas share the skyline with sleek skyscrapers. It's where history doesn't whisper, it shouts from beneath your feet. We've come to Xi'an to revisit familiar ground, uncover new favorites, and eat our way through the Muslim Quarter. We're John and Bev, and we are the Retirement Travelers. If you're just finding us, we are an American senior travel couple who are on the adventure of our lives. We're traveling China, Japan, and South Korea on this leg, so hit subscribe and follow along on our little travel log. We are a few weeks ahead of our videos, so if you're wondering where we are in the world, we keep our Instagram updated to our current location, so follow us there.
After a glorious week of panda peeping and accidental noodle overconsumption in Chengdu, we boarded yet another futuristic bullet of joy and zipped north to Xi'an. The mission? To reacquaint ourselves with some ancient ceramic soldiers who haven't moved in 2,000 years. Once again, we booked ourselves into business class on China's high-speed train. Because once you've stretched out in those cushy, spaceship-worthy recliners, going back to a middle seat in second class feels like emotional regression. The seats are plush, customizable, and generously spaced. More like airplane business class seats than anything you'd expect on public transportation. Business class on China Rail is nice.
Especially that escort. Man, we got an escort all the way
escorted,
from the lounge.
yes.
You can't miss your train with that.
Yes, very nice touch. Compared to other forms of luxury travel, they're an absolute bargain. 4 zippy hours later, we arrived at Xi'an North Station.
Welcome to Xi'an. We have finally gotten here and we're heading to see the Terracotta Warriors.
I actually kind of look like a terracotta warrior, don't I?
Well, we kind of both do, you know, decrepit, cracked.
Yeah. I need someone to fix me up and kind of restore me.
We headed to the metro and put our now well-honed subway skills to work.
Got a straight flush. I got a couple pagodas, a sunrise, some camels. Here, pick a card, any card.
The skies were perfectly clear on our trip until we came through the mountains. We got on this side and the air pollution is dangerously unhealthy. The boys have decided to put their mask on. So do you want to put on a mask because the air quality is so bad?
No.
Tired of wearing a mask?
I'm tired of wearing I may even start smoking.
It's about like smoking when it's like this.
I'll fit in here, but we'll see. Definitely Xi'an is more polluted than any of the other cities we've been to so far. China's metro system continues to impress. Clear signage, clean stations, and a level of efficiency that makes city hopping not only easy, but oddly enjoyable. We glided through the station and admired the design.
This is the beautiful metro station. It's one of my favorites. I mean, look at that.
After exiting, we walked a few blocks from the station to our home base, the Hyatt Regency.
This happens at every hotel. They take the boys' roller bags and don't reach for our backpacks. I guess they look like they're attached to our bodies forever.
This hotel felt more palatial than plush, one of the more beautifully designed places we've stayed. Thanks to our beloved globalist status, courtesy of some strategic travel hacking, we were upgraded to a stunning suite. The hotel connected the adjoining room for our travel companions, which cost $140. Once again, we had proof luxury and value can occasionally hold hands. If you're interested in this hack, check out our video below. We'll leave a link. While we had visited Xi'an a dozen years ago, we wanted to see it again with fresh eyes and appetites. On our first evening, after a peaceful sunset stroll around Quchangqing Lake, just behind our hotel, we jumped back on the metro and made our way to Epingman Station.
From there, we took our time and made our way to the famed Muslim Quarter. a riot of neon signs, sizzling street food, and shouting vendors that felt like part bazaar and part block party. The Muslim Quarter doesn't just tiptoe into your senses, it cannonballs in. There were skewers of every imaginable item, and we jumped right in when we spotted the candied fruit calling our name.
You'll like it. Oh. Yeah. Why did it
I could eat that any day of the week.
So long to eat these? We browsed, sampled, and snapped 1,000 photos, wondering aloud if it was possible to be both full and still hungry at the same time. After a great night's rest, we began our day at the breakfast buffet, and after filling our bellies with Chinese sandwiches, we jumped into a Didi, the Chinese version of Uber, and made our way to the Terracotta Army.
When we arrived, we purchased tickets at the gate and made our way into one of China's most iconic archaeological sites. Discovered in 1974 by a local farmer digging a well, the Terracotta Warriors are part of the sprawling mausoleum of Ting Shi, the first emperor of China. Determined to carry his empire into the afterlife, he commissioned an underground army of over 8,000 life-size soldiers, along with horses, chariots, and officials, each one uniquely crafted with painstaking detail. It took around 700,000 workers to complete the mausoleum, which remains largely unexcavated to this day. For centuries, the warriors stood hidden beneath the soil, guarding their emperor in silence until the day the farmer's shovel changed history.
So they have 3 big pits here. We just went to pit 1, and we're heading to pit 3. Hopefully we won't miss pit 2 because that would be a pity.
Each soldier has unique features, and we spent a good chunk of our time trying to find one who looked most skeptical. Turns out they're all business. The scale is staggering, the history humbling, and yes, there's a gift shop at the end with tiny warriors for sale, because nothing says timeless archaeological wonder like a keychain.
On day 3, we told ourselves it would be slower pace, so we didn't head out until the afternoon. We began by taking another beautiful walk through the park. We continued our walk, and that's where the laid-back part of our day ended, and we faced a 1,300-year-old brick tower.
We got our tickets. We're going to see the, what's it called? The Grey Goose.
Wild Goose. Grey Goose. Grey Goose.
Sponsored by Grey Goose.
Grey Goose.
Grey Goose Pagoda. The Wild Goose Pagoda. We got our tickets. We're going to see the Wild Goose Pagoda.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thought it was called the Grey Goose Pagoda. But I guess that's not quite right.
Scaling it did not seem like a fun thing to do, but if you follow us, we're always climbing to the top of something. Built during the Ming Dynasty, the pagoda is a spiritual landmark and, for us, an unexpected workout. Inside, narrow staircases lead you ever upward past relics and relic watchers alike, until finally, at the top, we were rewarded with sweeping views of the city. Temples and trees in one direction, skyscrapers in the other.
From there, we headed to South Gate via another quick subway ride and made our way to the top of Xi'an's ancient city wall. This massive stone fortification still wraps around the heart of the city like a protective embrace. We skipped the bikes this time and opted for a leisurely walk along the wall, soaking in views and occasionally pausing to wonder how such a blend of ancient and modern can coexist so seamlessly. Xi'an pulls it off effortlessly.
Bye. Bye. Bye-bye.
The next morning, we said goodbye to Taylor and Alec, who were heading back to the States and into the rhythms of daily life. Traveling together as adults brought a different kind of joy for us, less about guiding and more about sharing, discovering side by side. If it is possible, we fell more in love with both of them as we've traveled the last few weeks. We will always remember our time from Zhangjiajie to Xi'an as some of our favorite travel moments because of them.
John and I boarded another high-speed train, this time bound for Beijing, the next stop on our journey. As we settled in, we knew that Xi'an had given us its best. Warriors and pagodas, walls and food stalls, history and high-speed ease. And now, the tracks ahead lead us to our next adventure, rolling onward, northbound, and grateful for the memories already packed in our hearts.
Be sure to hit subscribe and follow along on our retirement journey around the world.